Before we dive in, this is your quiet reminder. No single domain holds all the brilliance. Strategic thinking isn't better than relating, and relating isn't less than doing. Each domain is its own signal, a distinct way your strengths speak to the world. As Don Clifton reminded us, what's right about you is more powerful than what's missing. Let's begin. Have you ever wondered why some people can see possibilities others miss? What enables certain individuals to hold complexity in their mind and still find clarity? Today, we're exploring the domain that doesn't move quickly, but often sees furthest. Welcome to our exploration of the strategic thinking domain, the fourth and final CliftonStrengths domain in this foundational series. Strategic thinking strengths turn thought into insight. They process, question, imagine, and model. They don't always speak first, but they're often the ones mapping the real terrain. If the four domains were part of a journey, strategic thinking would be the map and compass, the internal system of direction, curiosity, and foresight. In a world of constant change and overwhelming information, strategy is no longer optional. It's how we move wisely. But many people feel lost in the data. Some act too soon, others never move at all. Without these strengths, it can be hard to connect the dots, forecast outcomes, or hold long-term perspective in the face of pressure. You've probably felt this yourself, when the noise gets too loud and you just want someone who can see the path. Here's the core insight about strategic thinking. It's not about being the smartest. It's about being pattern aware. People with strategic thinking strengths don't just collect information, they organize it into meaning. What looks like intellect to others is often just internal structure. Their minds model possibility. They scan the horizon. They name the tension others feel but can't explain. And they do it almost instinctively. These aren't just academic skills, they're native ways of sorting complexity. Let's name the 9 themes within this domain. Analytical, looks for causes in logic, seeks clarity through examination. Context, understands the present by exploring the past, uses history to frame decisions. Futuristic, lives in what could be, inspires others with vision. Ideation, loves ideas, connects seemingly unrelated thoughts. Input, gathers knowledge, facts, and resources, archives for future value. Intellection, enjoys deep thought, needs reflection before action. Learner, loves the process of learning, always evolving through knowledge. Strategic, sees pathways, cuts through complexity to move forward. Restorative, solves problems, finds what's broken, and brings it back to life. Each of these strengths asks the same question. How do we make sense of what's in front of us? Some strengths lean into ideas, others into insight, some into systems, others into foresight. When you lead with these themes, you may be known for asking the deeper questions, offering clarity amid chaos, or drawing lines others didn't even see were there. And if you don't lead with these themes, you may still value them deeply, because every team needs thinkers who hold the long arc, who help us pause, analyze, and make meaning. This journey isn't about becoming someone else. It's about trusting how your mind already works. If you lead with strategic thinking, you probably sense connections others miss. You ask deeper questions. You need time to think before you speak. You might even feel out of sync in fast-moving rooms. That's not a flaw. It's part of your design. You don't need to rush it. You just need to trust the way you process and notice how often clarity follows when you do. As you move through your week, notice where strategic thinking shows up, whether in you or someone close to you. If this domain is one of your strengths, you might find yourself mapping conversations, spotting patterns, or offering clarity where others feel tangled. As a parent, maybe you help your child connect today's challenge to tomorrow's possibility. Or maybe your child is the one who asks the big questions and sees 10 steps ahead. How can you nurture that lens? As a partner, do you help steer from complexity toward insight? Or do you lean on someone who does? At home, at school, in your community, strategic thinkers often hold the long arc. Whether you're leading with it or learning to recognize it, this is a strength worth protecting and growing. So far, we've explored the 4 domains: executing, influencing, relationship building, and strategic thinking. Together, they form a complete architecture, a way of understanding how human brilliance moves through the world. But before we move into each of the 34 themes, we'll pause, because some people still wonder, is this real? Is this science or just another personality quiz? In our next episode, we'll explore why strengths aren't soft, and how decades of research have revealed that these patterns aren't just real, they're remarkably consistent over time. And even more important, once you see them, they're yours to grow. Not just name, develop. So if you're ready to move from insight to effort, subscribe now. And as always, watch for the patterns. They're not random, they're how you're wired to contribute.